I'm Sadie, I am 19 and I decided to ride horses instead of going to college, and here's a day in my life. The first part of their day is breakfast, of course, and I actually have to open a new bag of feed for them, so we're going to open a new bag and put it in their feed barrel. I leave the feed in the bag just in case anything were to happen with the feed, like there was anything in here that wasn't supposed to be in here, we would know the exact lot number. So I just set it in here in the bag. They both eat Purina Senior, and now I'm just gonna open it up, and there is a spider on the wall. That is terrifying. Okay. Boom. Now I'm just gonna scoop the feed from in here and put it into their feed pans. Kite gets 1.5 scoops of feed, and Chester gets only 1 scoop in the morning. Here's Chester. Now for Kite. Now I'm gonna put the lid back on the feed barrel so no other critters get in here and have a snack. Next thing they need are their supplements, which I keep right here behind me. So the first thing we're gonna grab is a quinine powder and just some normal old salt. And Chester gets a tube of Succeed with his breakfast. I'm gonna take the salt and open it and just kind of sprinkle some in there. And they each just get 1 scoop of a quinine powder. Perfect. Before I wet their feed down, I'm gonna take them and put them in front of their stalls so I do not forget whose is whose. They are both very hungry, obviously. Quit. So I'm gonna try and speed this up. Now I just take the water hose and kind of wet it down a little bit, making it softer for them. I guess it's not really on that good. Whoops. It'll work. I wet Chester's down more because he likes it way more than Kite does. But I do it for both of them. And I put 1 tube of Succeed. Normally this would be whenever I shut Kite's door to the pasture and open Chester's, but since it's so stormy and rainy and I'm not exactly sure what the weather's gonna do, we're gonna keep them both in their stalls for a little while. So they are both gonna have their doors shut and hang out in here with me. I definitely don't want the wind to slam this door, so I'm gonna keep my hand on it. Everyone is locked inside away from the weather. Since Chester cannot go outside and graze like he normally would, we're gonna fill him up in alfalfa bag for him to snack on while he is stuck in his stall. How did you unclip this? Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. It's very dark in here right now, so you may not be able to see a lot, but I'm just gonna put about a flake of alfalfa in here. Quit, I'm gonna hang it up. Move. Move. Patience is a virtue that you don't have. You broke the clip. I really like this hay bag, you know, and you broke it. I don't know. Well, have fun. I'm gonna go ahead and take his pan out of here because he has licked it clean. He has made his water buckets absolutely disgusting. So while he is snacking away on his hay bag, we are going to deal with those and make sure he has really clean drinking water for today. I don't have anything. I'm really sorry. It is now thundering, so the horses are on definite lockdown in their stalls right now. I don't like to mess with lightning, so they can just get to hang out in here and eat a lot of forage. Chester is really getting after his hay bag, and I need to get Kite some Bermuda hay to snack on. Oh, you drank a lot. Look at you. Oh my God. He normally doesn't drink that much, so I'm very impressed that he's drank almost 2 full buckets. So I'm gonna get those buckets down and just spray them out too. I like to keep their buckets pretty clean. Kite does definitely prefer his water a little bit on the dirty side, but the stall water in the buckets I like to keep clean. He could drink whatever he wants out of a trough in the pasture. Each horse gets 2 buckets in their stalls, so now we have 4 empty buckets to rinse out and make sure we get all of that like grime and alfalfa and hay out of them. Now that all of the buckets are rinsed out and nice and clean, we can hang them back up in their stalls and get them some nice fresh water. I think I am going to switch and put all of his alfalfa into a feed pan on the ground so he's not throwing his hay bag up in the air, getting alfalfa in his water buckets, and it cannot be good for his neck. So we are going to switch to the feed pan. Yeah. This way you don't break your neck. Okay, now we can finally hang up Kite's clean buckets and get them both some water. Watch your head. I really hate to interrupt. Excuse me. Are you gonna drink that? Here, okay. Fine. I'm gonna get him in the cross ties so he doesn't decide to go anywhere. Come here. Grabbed my grooming bag with all of my hoof care essentials in here. So we're definitely going to be needing the hoof moisturizer, some Spurs Big Fix spray, and most importantly, a hoof pick. Alright, so when I treat their feet or put preventative things for thrush in their feet, I pick them up, look in there, make sure I get everything out of their foot that I can, where I can really see the sole and the frog very, very clearly. This one's looking a little bit darker. That one is not smelling great, so I'm gonna get it with some stronger medicine, but the stronger medicine is very bright purple. It might stain the floor, so I will get the medicine in that one when he is back in his stall. Once I have that clean, I will spray Spurs Big Fix or whatever medicine I'm using in there, really getting it in all the cracks and crevices and everything. Now that his hoofs are picked out and sprayed, we are gonna go over the outside of his hoofs with some hoof moisturizer, like I said, to keep them from cracking and to just keep them nice and moisturized in the summer heat. Yeah. Now I'm going to take the moisturizer and just paint his nails like you would paint your nails, really covering the whole outer hoof, getting it really good and moisturized for the summer heat, and this is just how I paint it on. While those... Okay. While those dry off and soak in, and that moisturizer soaks in, and he is standing here very patiently, we are going to get his stall cleaned real quick. that I have his stall clean, he can go back in there and quit being so impatient, and we will get that back right foot treated with some stronger thrush medicine just to really knock that smell out. Okay. When I find that their feet are particularly dark or a little stinky, I will go in with Durasol because it will absolutely kill anything that is in there. Oh, bruh. I should have grabbed the hoof pick. I thought they would still be clean. There we go, nice and purple. You can be free to go eat all of your alfalfa. We are going to be treating all of Kite's feet with the Durasol, so I'm going to go ahead and just get him tied up in there instead of bringing him out to the wash rack to do his feet. That way we just stain the bedding purple and not the floor that we do not own. So I definitely want to be careful about that, so let's go get him tied up. Okay, he is tied up and ready to get his Headstalls treated. So with the Durasol, I did the same thing I did with the Spurs Big Fix, picking up his feet and really getting them cleaned out good before spraying the medicine in there, really making sure to get his frog covered and any cracks he may have. Oh no. You are definitely not supposed to get this medicine on you at all, and I thought I was good enough to do it without gloves, but I have it on my hand. So I'm gonna go wash my hand, get some gloves, and be back for that last foot. And I guess I should have mentioned that when you use Durasol, you should be using gloves. Whoops, well, okay. Now I'm using gloves like I am supposed to, doing the exact same thing. The weather actually looks like it's gonna be good enough for Kite to get to go out in that big back pasture. Last night when I turned him out so he could be in and out all night, he had a fly mask on his cute little face here. But when I got here this morning, the fly mask disappeared. So I'm gonna go get him another fly mask, and we will have to search for the one he had on his head last night. So I'm gonna go into my nice little fly mask drawer, and I think I will grab the cow print for him to wear today. So let's get it open. It's just a nice, cute little cow print fly mask. When he goes out in the big pasture, I do take his crib and collar off because he cannot come into the stall, and he doesn't really tend to crib too much when he's out in the pasture where he can eat grass and move around and he's not too bored. So I do leave this in here when I put him in that big back pasture. Now we got to get a fly mask on him. Okay, he is all ready to go outside. He is definitely going to like being out here much better than being in a stall eating hay, so I'm glad that the weather is holding off for now. I'm hoping it'll hold off for the rest of the day. It was pouring for a while, lots of thunder, but right now it's kind of just very cloudy and there's a really nice breeze. So as long as it's not lightning, I'm going to let him stay out here. Since the weather is holding off, that means Chester now gets to come in and out from his stall to the turnout as he pleases, so he's going to be very happy about that. Come on, go outside. Now I keep the door chained back, so like I said, he can go in and out of his stall as he pleases. That way if he wants to get under his fan out of the flies, he can. But I think for the most part, they typically tend to stay outside. Since Kite is outside, we can tackle getting his stall clean. He is out most of the day and all night. So when he's out all night, he does have access to the stall, but I don't think he comes in here very often. So his stall is not nearly as bad as Chester's is. Plus, I think Chester comes in like his stall is a litter box. So like he'll be grazing outside and then he comes in to use the bathroom and then goes back outside. Whereas I think Kite just stays outside. So his stall should not take us very long at all. that the stalls are clean, we're going to start by sweeping out the hallway and the wash rack, especially where I picked Chester's feet, because I don't want to leave the hallway messy. So we're going to make sure we get everything that came out of their feet, any loose forage, and any bedding that I got out from their stalls while I was cleaning that may have kind of made its way into the hallway. We're going to make sure that it is all swept and clean. Okay, so I actually ran home for a little bit to eat lunch, and now I am back to finish what I was doing earlier when you last saw me in the barn. It has definitely decided to heat up, so I'm going to pull Kite in from that back pasture so that he can be under his fan eating his hay until he gets to be out this evening and the whole night. So let's go finish what I was doing, and then we will bring Kite in and finish up our little kind of morning at the barn. It's like 1 p.m. now, but okay, whatever. The plan this morning too, I was hoping I would be able to ride. I had no idea it was supposed to be so stormy. It's still a little like stormy, but it's a lot sunnier now, and it's definitely a lot hotter. So I'm hoping that tonight it'll cool off and we will be able to ride. There's definitely still a really nice breeze, so I love that for them while they're outside. And the last thing you saw me doing was sweeping, so let's finish sweeping out the hallway. Now we're gonna get this wheelbarrow out of Kite's stall and go dump it and put our wheelbarrow up. While I was taking this out, I have to go through the pasture the cows are in, and this longhorn was really eyeing me down, and I thought, okay, that's fine. But eventually you will see that all of the longhorns decide to show up and see if I had anything good to eat, which was a little scary, but I am definitely getting used to them. Now that that is dumped and out of the way, we're gonna go catch Kite. Chester's watching us from the comfort of his stall. He has already started back eating his hay, so I'm gonna get that halter off, his fly mask off, and his cribbing collar back on since he's in the stall. I do not want him in here cribbing. There you go. Go eat your hay. Okay, so that is all we're gonna do right now with the boys until hopefully this evening it cools off enough to give both of them a nice ride, get them both some good exercise. But for right now, we are done at the barn. I will see you back here later. Okay guys, it is currently like 6:40 p.m. and we are back at the barn, and we are going to be riding both the boys and then they will get their dinner. I know they're super excited for that, but since we didn't get to work out this morning, they have to work out now, and we are going to start by riding Chester. And while I'm on Chester, Kite is going to be able to go in and out of the turnout. Chester. Now we are going to start grooming Chester, making sure there's nothing under where any of the tack goes that could be uncomfortable for him. Get a little sweaty in the pasture. It's my Master lightweight saddle, and I can lift it over my head. If you are interested in a Master lightweight, make sure you mention Sadie when you order. I'm riding good old Chester first tonight is because he tends to be a little bit of a rougher ride than Kite, and I would like to end my night a little bit calmer. So we're going to start with the crazy and end with a nice calm ride, hopefully with Kite. Due to the good old blistering Arkansas heat, I will only be riding him in some bell boots today. He is all tacked up and ready to go, so we will see you guys down in the arena. Once I get Chester into the outdoor arena, I tighten my cinch, and here I kind of hang off the side, just making sure he's not going to step off while I'm trying to get on, and then we walk for a while, and he's had some really good workouts recently, so I decided to just trot today, and I left in a lot of uncut footage. I trotted him around everywhere. I didn't just stay in one circle. We did figure eights, we made some nice S shapes, we made a square, we did some straight lines, just really switching it up on him, all while I'm asking him to have a really nice collected trot at a nice slow speed with his head down, and he did really, really good. I was very impressed with him. For all of his hotness, he normally is a very, very hot horse, so I love to see when we have workouts like this. I have also added some nice soft backups to our workouts to really add something different and get him to engage his hindquarters. And at a walk, we did some counter bending. I admit I'm not very good at it and I need to work on it, and it really gets them thinking. So we did it a little bit today, and then when I was done with our ride, I asked for a stop with no hands, hopped right off and loosened that cinch and took him back to the barn. When we got in the barn, I got all of that tack off pretty quick and then put him in the wash rack so we could spray him off. I'm not very smart and I fogged my lens up. I'm hoping it'll go back to normal when it acclimates. So this has a vintage feel to it for a minute. The fog goes away soon, I swear. He was really good for our workout. He got a little bit sweaty, so I'm gonna spray that sweat off. I definitely don't like to leave sweat on him because it gets pretty gross. Now I'm gonna ice vibe Chester's back legs with my ice vibe ice boots. This is to reduce any heat that's on his tendons and any inflammation that could be back there. Thank you for hitting me. These boots really cool down the tendons and give them a nice ice massage, which is awesome for after a workout. Chester is going to ice vibe for around 15 minutes, and while he is happy in here vibing, we're going to go catch Kite and start getting him saddled. He is not that bad, so I think I'll just run the brush over him once and he will be good to go. Kite doesn't love to just go in the arena and ride around in circles for exercise, so we're going to be taking him for a nice, really long trot around the huge pasture here, and I'll be bringing you along with me on the GoPro. Go outside? Go have fun outside! It looks pretty though. I don't know if y'all can see the sky, but it's very pretty. When we're not going so downhill, we'll trot, but getting you a little warmed up first. I think you can trot through here if you'll pick up your silly little feet, because I don't remember it being that rough. But this stuff might seem a little scary. Okay, just a little, nothing bad, nothing terrible, just some old bathtubs for whatever reason that is unbeknownst to us. I'm not sure about trotting through here because there's a lot of like sticks and things. A little bit of a hill. You got it. I'll let you walk for a stretch, because I know that's tough. Okay, you can walk. Good boy. Just a little bit more. Oh my God. Something done flew at my ear. Good boy. Easy. Okay, the ground changes right here. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, now you're feeling good. Okay, the ground goes down. There you go, you got it. Here, we're gonna cut over this side. Okay, easy, easy. Now you don't want to slow down. I see how it is. Okay, now you don't want to walk. You can jump it. I don't advise it, but you can. Okay, that was much better. I'm gonna let you come investigate the longhorns, because I don't think you've seen them just yet. Chester has, and Chester didn't really care. But we'll see what you think. If you touch my foot to the electric fence, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, there's some calves we can go check out. At a walk, please, now that you found a new gear. Yeah, you see him? Easy. I know you're 100 years old, but you gotta step it up so we don't face plant here. You're almost done. You just gotta make it back and you're good to go eat dinner. Is this like a ditch type situation? Good boy. It just kind of looks funny, but it ain't nothing that serious. Did you not know that was a ditch? I fully trusted you. Yeah. He feels really good. He's definitely enjoying the trotting on these straight stretches way better than he does in arena. I could just feel it. He's going at a pretty quick pace too. He's really moving. The sunset's so pretty. Oh my God. Trying to take my knee out. Easy. Easy. Okay. Good boy. And we have a calf. Is she interesting? We had so much fun on our little trail ride exercise, but now he is very ready to get all this tack off and to eat dinner. So let's pull all this off, spray him off, and get the boys fed. Even though we did just trot, he covered a lot of ground and got a phenomenal workout, and he is 23, so I like to keep things fun and interesting for him because he's been riding in arenas since before I was born. So we're gonna get all of this sweat off of him real quick. Let's go get under your fan so you can dry off. He's probably gonna roll, but at least he's under his fan. You can't leave. There you go. We'll get dinner momentarily. Now for the time they've been very impatiently waiting for, it's dinner time, and they get the same amount of feed as they do at breakfast, but this time they only get salt in their feed, nothing else. You have something to say? You have anything to say? I'm gonna shut Chester's door to the pasture because we're gonna open Kite's and let Kite go out all night, and Chester is gonna stay in here all nice and cozy. I don't leave a fly mask on him if I know he's just gonna be inside, so I'm gonna pull that off real quick. I'm gonna put this fly mask up and we're gonna pick out Kite a fly mask from the fly mask drawer. I think we are gonna go with this one for tonight. Very cute. Keep the mosquitoes out of your eyes. Now to make sure everybody's stall doors are shut good before I leave them for the night. Chester also got some nice alfalfa to snack on for the rest of the night. And that was my day today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and it's time to tell them good night. Bye.